Hey, Michelle is back. Hey, I forgot before I get started reading here. I want to give you some more understanding that I have about narcissistic, also known as cowards, um, or sociopaths, psychopaths. It's all the same to me, so as far as I'm concerned. Now, one thing about um, a narcissist, again, um, they want once you are disloyal to them, you will always be disloyal to them. No matter if you come back, submissive and subservient and begging for forgiveness and this and that and the other for this narcissistic person to take you back. Because a lot of people go back to these narcissistic people after they've left and were safe and sound. They end up coming back to them or her for some reason, because these people make these narcissistic people will have you so delusional that you cannot live without them. That's that picture they'll paint for you. That's that scene they'll develop, and you'll feel like your world is nothing without them. That's how they get you convinced, that because they'll easily find other prey to kind of horse them up into this stratosphere of superiority very quickly, because that's how it's how seductive and how sadistic and how degenerate they are. They are definitely wolf in sheep's clothing to the utmost, and they know how to morph into something else very quickly. So they don't ever forget when you were disloyal to them. They'll never forget that. As a matter of fact, they set it up to where you will have to come back to them at some point. You'll have to come back to them. That's how, because they know everything about you. They know what you like, what you don't like. They know they know your circle of people. And so they'll go in there and manipulate them against you to where, these people say, well, damn, I thought she was crazy. That bitch is crazy. Or that, ooh. You know how you do. So these narcissistic people, they know how to navigate circles and kind of, I mean, I'm not going to disrespect a snake. Okay, so I won't do that. I'll just say, I just call them, because, we used to call them snakes. How they kind of, but snakes are beautiful and snakes are necessary. But narcissistic people are not necessary. Keep that in mind. So once you're disloyal to them, you are always considered disloyal, no matter if you come back into their circle or not. They never get over the fact that you were disloyal. That's how extreme and dangerous they are. They will never forget how you were disloyal to them. And that's why some people can't leave. They'll leave, but they'll come back. They'll leave. That's that confidence. Lack of confidence, I should say. Lack of confidence and lack of who they are. Because, this narcissist manages to have everybody turn on you. That's that manipulation and mind control and being brainwashed. Because remember, the majority of these people following this narcissistic person are basically invisible to the rest of society. No one pays them any attention. No one wants to go out with them. No one cares. And that bothers those type of people that follow these narcissistic people to where they'll do anything for their God, so-called, that narcissistic God. And, whether it's, running up and slamming people with hammers or stabbing people or nothing's off the table. So once you are disloyal to a narcissistic person, you are always considered disloyal. Okay. And one way or another, you're going to pay for it, that disloyalty to this narcissistic person. Okay. Whether it's affecting you, people around you, It goes on and on and on. Okay, and they'll turn everybody against you, and say that that is something about you, because they're very, when I was dealing with this narcissistic female, my God, the poison that's in them, and that's probably why they like to poison people, by the way. Hint, hint. But they it's like they have this poison going through their system, and the way they talk to you and degrade you. I mean, that is one of the most. I would rather deal with what would I rather deal with? I don't know what I would rather deal with than to deal with a narcissistic person, whether they're male or female. Trust me, they are wolves in sheep clothing. And baby, once they take that makeup off, that if they wear makeup, because most of the time all of them wear makeup, men and women. I told you that. That's when you'll see that real rage and that animalistic, terroristic personality that they can display, and that's why it's hard to leave them. Isn't that a contradiction? It's hard to leave that terrorist type of personality. A lot of people cannot break away from it, and we need to figure out why. And that's a task for psychiatrists and psychologists. These people are so concerned about human behavior. You need to really be honest with yourself as well, you psychiatrists and psychologists, whoever deal with these type of personalities. You need to be honest that that you're really not studying any goddamn thing. You're just trying to, are you trying to benefit off all of this kind of stuff, or are you genuinely wanting to help people? That's the question you need to ask. Is it about the prestige? Being all over social media, all over, being interviewed everywhere, and being having all these followers and whatever, this and that and the other. You have that, the psychiatrists and psychologists, you have to, read your thesis and as to how you got these degrees, and see if it's in alignment with what you're doing now. Is it about the materialness of it and being fly and fancy and beautiful? Is it? I mean, you're the ones with the degrees, right, that you put on the wall, put on your profiles. I don't know. I'm just a lay person that self-educates herself. I have no other title other than that. I'm a human being, number one, that self-educates herself. And I enjoy it immensely because you get the experience that way. When you self-educate yourself, you get the experience. Most definitely. So, the narcissistic, yeah. Once you're disloyal to them, you will always be, no matter whether you come back or not. Peace and love. I'll be back.